Okay, my name is Peter Terranova. I did my marketing plan on FedEx Company. They are a delivery slash shipping service that goes, you know, not just through the U.S., but they go to many different places across the country and the world. So, just a little background about the company. FedEx is known as a corporation and is considered a multi carrier delivery service company that is stationed, and its headquarters are located in Memphis, Tennessee. FedEx stands for Federal Express Delivery, and it was founded in 1971 in Little Rock, Arkansas. And the company's founder is Frederick W. Smith. Also, that's not on the PowerPoint. The company became a corporation in 1998. So the mission, vision, and strategy of the company is to produce a great rate on return on investment for its shareholders by providing high value added logistics, transportation, and related business services through focused operating companies. Um, so basically, their mission is to keep their shareholders happy. And in a business where it's kind of hard to grow, it's hard to find different ways to keep your shareholders happy and have more people interested in coming in and buying shares and stock in the company. So FedEx does a great job in trying to find different ways to bring people on board. Its vision is to create a long lasting relationship with its team members and partners and suppliers. So basically, they want to leave a long lasting impression on people, and that's what they've been doing for 50 years, and so far, so good for them. They've been around for a while and they've been on top. One of their strategies is to deliver packages on time in a safe manner while instilling great customer service values in its team members. They pride themselves on customer service and just great delivery times, and that's one reason why their consumers can trust them, and they would rather go with them, even though their prices might be a little bit higher, just because they do a great job at keeping the packages safe. And sometimes when it comes to delivery packages, a lot of these items that they are using and shipping has a lot of sentimental value to people, so they want to make sure that their uh, items are handled with care. For their situation analysis, FedEx offers logistics and on-time delivery service to its customers. Since the 1970s, FedEx has prided itself on its delivery time and great customer service. The company has recently formed some mergers and gained some acquisitions. With high demand of resources and gas prices going up, FedEx will need to come up with creative ideas to stay competitive and reliable. Uh, After all, they are located in over 200 companies and have a reputation to maintain, and they understand that the consumer's money is important to them. And with being a company that relies on the economy so much and the economies of different countries as well, they have to remain flexible with their prices and stay competitive as well. For their marketing mix, they are shipping, managing, and tracking customer shipments. They also offer services such as package, envelope, or express freight shipments, expedited extra care handling, and air ocean freight forwarding. And their main product would be just their express shipping. For their price, FedEx originally priced its orders based on the weight of the product. This became a problem when customers were shipping items with big dimensions but low weight. They were actually losing money because customers were shipping items such as like, towels that have low weight but take up a big dimension in the box. So they were shipping bigger boxes, which meant less storage space in the trucks. So they, in 2015, revised its pricing to dimension weight-based pricing, and FedEx saw its operation costs go down and its revenues go up from this. To continue the marketing mix for place, since FedEx is so widespread out through the country, they have various ways of sending out your package, whether that be going to one of their shops or using their new online features to pick it up at your door, as well as they are also spread out through the world, not just the country. So the fact that they're so widely spread out, they're able to tap into different networks, which pays off in dividends for them. For their promotion, FedEx works with an ad agency called BBWO, and prides itself on creating long-lasting impressions on consumers through its advertisement. Also, a big source of their advertising is used through sponsorships at sporting events. One big sporting event would be the Super Bowl, where they create custom, commercial ads that there's millions of people watching at a time, so they try to add a humorous outlook on the commercial, as well as create a professional environment and professional looking setting, so that way they have a long lasting impression on so many different viewers. For their SWOT analysis, their strengths, the company is spread out in over 200 countries in the world, and has more than 290,000 employees. Their use of technology is a strong suit for them. They have been working in the delivery business for almost 50 years, and consumers can trust FedEx because they have more than 3 decades of experience in logistics and services. And like I said, when you're dealing with valuable items, something that say, you know, there's no remake of an item, something that's been in the family for a really long time, you want that to make sure it gets to the right destination, safe and sound, and you want to work with somebody, even though local shipping companies might have better prices. You want to go with somebody that that you can trust, even if it's a little bit more expensive. It's worth it when it comes to you know things that are invaluable, such as family heirlooms, stuff like that. That you really there's no double of them. So that's one big strength that they have, as well as employing 290,000 people. That's also a big thing as well, because those employees talk to other people, and that becomes a network in and of itself, in their own internal way. So that is also one of their strengths. For their weaknesses, this company depends on how well the U.S. market is doing, meaning they depend on the U.S. trade. When the economy and trade is not doing well, neither are they. This market segment is very competitive, so growth in the market for shareholders is limited. When talking about the 2008 stock market crash, they had to keep in mind that a lot of people were not interested in buying and shipping items out as much. So say if you ordered something on Amazon and they got shipped through FedEx, people weren't going online and buying things nearly as much, because now you got to pay the price of the item plus the expensive shipping costs. So in 2008, when that was going on, they had to look at what was going on with their product and their pricing, and they had to be flexible and understanding to the consumer. FedEx, well, for its opportunities, FedEx challenges competitors through their recent mergers as well as their acquisitions. When local competitors try to compete with big corporations like FedEx, usually they can bully them out of the market due to reputation and competitors, poor customer service. And for me, I personally feel like, for opportunity-wise, they should look to buy out old warehouses and stuff, because in the U.S. I know that there's a lot of vacant warehouse space that's just being collected by dust, and the more spread out that they are with warehouses and stuff, they, as opposed to keeping an item in one warehouse before shipping it out, they are able to ship it out to a warehouse that's a little bit closer to where the package is supposed to be going. And even if the customer does not order express shipping, it still leads them for their operating costs go down, because they do not need to ship out so quick and fast. And personally, I feel like this could be an opportunity for them to expand in their market, as well as I personally look at how well their advertising is in sports, such as the Super Bowl and uh, different types of sports. And since they're in so many different countries, I feel like maybe they should be advertising in those other countries' sports teams, just because sports is such a uh, big thing that's watched, and nowadays people aren't watching TV as much anymore. But when they are watching TV, it usually comes down to sports games that are on TV. So when it comes to TV advertising, that's probably your biggest market that you're going to pull from. So they have an advantage of being in so many different countries that they have an opportunity to expand their marketing. For their threats, the gas prices have been going up, which could affect how the company operates and could eat into its bottom line. Basically, with President Trump uh, implementing all these tariffs and stuff, there's a lot of different pricings, and the economy is changing a little bit. And for the most part, it's been going up, which is probably good for FedEx. But things like gas prices eat into its operating costs and its bottom line, because now their trucks are, you know, running more expensive gas, and the more expensive the gas is, the more eats into the operating costs, which may affect them because they may need to adjust pricing due to that. With competitors, some of them have greater resources and lower costs. Um, Companies such as DHL that are in different markets in different countries and are bigger out there. They have greater resources, and because they have greater resources, they are allowed to sell at a lower cost. Their competitors include United Parcel Service Incorporated, U.S. Postal Service, DHL International Limited, Conway Inc., and UPS, and many more. So for its competitors, FedEx has many worldwide, so they're not just in the U.S. alone. But just to go over, brief explanation and overview of these types of companies, you have United Parcel Service. This company delivers 15 million packages a day to about 6.1 million customers, and they network and deliver in over 220 countries, as well as FedEx. So, in this business, it's a copycat business, and there's not much room for differentiation. So for them, a lot of times companies try to match what FedEx is doing, and so the only really difference that they have is going to be in pricing. DHL Express, this company started a few years earlier than FedEx, and its headquarters are located in Germany. They employ 500,000 people worldwide, which is great for PR. And like stated before, FedEx has 290,000 employees, but this company almost has double. And they are based in Germany, but they also ship out to tons of different countries, not just Germany. So their resources and networking is spread out pretty well. And as stated before, which will be for most of these companies, this industry is a copycat industry. So a lot of services are going to be the same. It's just going to be coming down to pricing and if the consumer trusts them, which is why smaller businesses and local delivery services are getting pushed out, because even though their pricing might be a little bit lower since they deliver local and they can do that, it's more or less, people want to go off of trust and someone that's been doing it for a while, especially if it's something that, family heirlooms or something that can't be replaced. For United States Postal Service, that would be number 3. This company is actually limited to just the U.S., but aside from Walmart, it actually employs the second most American citizens in the U.S., which is 600,000 people, which is an insane number. It's double what FedEx is doing in terms of employees. And like stated before, for Germany, it's a good look for them in their country. In the U.S., well, I'm talking about with DHL, it's a good look for them because they're based in Germany and they employ a lot of people out there. And for United States Postal Service, they employ 600,000 people in the U.S. alone, which is great. Just like Walmart, people look at that as a great company to work for, and when people look at a company that as being great to work for, it's also a company that you'd want to buy from and you know put your services into. The fourth is going to be a little hard to pronounce, but it's called Schechner AG. This company is located in Germany as well, and it does very well, just like DHL Express. They may only employ 91,000 people, which, saying only 91,000 is still a lot of people, but compared to